Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. The Great Reset requires fintechs, and fintechs require a common approach to cybersecurity. This is the headline from a new piece from World Economic Forum, and certainly Ripple is a part of this. And in fact, as far as the revolution, as it were, if you want to call it that, is concerned, Ripple is, I believe, going to prove to be a major piece. You're talking about with Ripple the creation of the Internet of Value, which is conceptually it's the idea of being able to move money, move value around the world as easy as it is to send a text or an email today. And there are a lot of reasons that you don't have that in 2020. Because even when systems interoperate, and many times they don't, even when they do, it can be a rather clunky experience. And but both from a messaging side, and then as well, we know what XRP is being positioned to use for. When it comes to settlement, interoperability is certainly an issue there. So I'm going to cover this piece. I've also got the story from Daily Hodl titled "Coinbase CEO Says Bitcoin and Cryptocurrency Must Evolve to Reach Mass Adoption." And I found this concept to be very interesting. He actually gets into DeFi a little bit, which has been in the news a lot lately, frankly. And then I have to share this story too. What have I been saying? I've been saying all sorts of Moon Lambo style stuff, but one of the things that I've been saying is that humans don't know what the hell they're doing when it comes to crypto. That's maybe there's a nicer way to say that. I don't mean it in a mean way though, but it's just really what I more so mean is that there's this frenzy around this asset class. I frequently word it like that. And when people talk about this idea of the end of these parabolic rallies in terms of price that we've seen in the past, I've been making the point, no, I don't think people have sufficiently figured out what's going on here. That to me, there's no indication that we're going to reach a world where these types of crazy rallies with thousands of percent gains are done, and it's not going to happen anytime soon. I've been saying that. I don't think you're talking about less than 1% of the planet people on the planet own cryptocurrencies. No. And then look at the way they're currently mined today. We are nowhere near. This is just the beginning. 10 years into this asset class. Well, look at this headline. This is from Daily Hodl. Little known crypto assets skyrockets 10,000% as analysts track nascent DeFi market. And like I've been saying, DeFi has been big lately. It's been in the news. 10,000% while we're just sitting here, man. And you never know where stuff like this is going to pop off. That's the point. And it's not, look, and I don't offer financial advice, no financial background here. I'm not saying to chase this stuff. I want to highlight it, though. I have no interest in chasing this stuff. I mean, yeah, who wouldn't hate over the course of a week or whatever? I'll get the time span in, when we get to this piece. But my gosh, can you imagine 10,000% return? Like whatever. I think it was about a week or something like that. I read the article earlier today when I was mapping out the video, but 10,000%. It's freaking absurd here. What a crazy space to be. But I will say this, it makes things fun and interesting. A shout out to XRP Crypto for sharing this first piece with me. My friend, I do appreciate it. Thank you for sending this directly to my inbox. And let's go ahead and dive in. I'm pretty sure that's not over. Jump in? Anyway, so the Great Reset. Well, they got a few bullet points at the top. Number one. Financial technology, or Fintech for short, providers are key to the structural enhancement of financial services during the Great Reset. Truer words have never been spoken, my friend. And a huge part of that, and this is the kind of neat thing. Okay, so we talk about XRP being positioned as a bridge currency, and that's what Ripple's doing. But my gosh, they're looking at the entire problem of the way money moves around the planet on the whole. And so it's not purely positioning XRP as a bridge currency. It's about all these other problems that I was discussing as I was going through the intro of this video. This idea of lack of interoperability, or where interoperability exists, it being clunky here. So why are they doing that? Why are they doing all this other stuff that doesn't have to do with XRP? Well, frankly, as all these other problems are solved, it will only help. Like XRP is going to be positioned to take additional advantage of all these things. You can even think about what Ripple has done in terms of positioning interledger protocol. And because think about it, interledger protocol, my gosh, It's just pure. There's no crypto. It's not a blockchain. There is no cryptocurrency attached. It just makes it possible to move money across ledgers, whether they're recent blockchains or more so from the legacy financial system with fiat currency. It links it all up. You're talking about interoperability there. But XRP can be used to help move money around the planet and convert from one fiat currency to another. So when you get into all these other aspects of what the Internet of Value is, that's where XRP can certainly shine here. The second bullet point they have here is cybersecurity is critical to ensuring consumers and businesses can leverage the benefits of fintech and bounce back from the crisis. And then the third one is the World Economic Forum's Fintech Cybersecurity Consortium released recommendations for a common approach to cybersecurity controls. And so they state as follows. The COVID-19 pandemic highlights the need to reduce the world's reliance on central points in the financial system, facilitating value creation everywhere and supporting trade from periphery to periphery, not just from hub to hub. Well, how about that? Now, we're not going to get into the Bitcoin maxis dream world where it's just, no banks whatsoever. It's just everyone uses Bitcoin. Bitcoin, no banks. We're not going to be getting there. That's not how this is going to work. Absolutely not. There's always going to be a place for banks, even if the role changes over time. Let's be adults about this. But even so, things can become less decentralized over time. And so here's a quote from somebody named, I'm going to butcher the name because it's foreign to me, Sunil Seshadri is the Chief Information Security Officer at Visa. And he said as follows: Fintech innovations deliver tremendous economic and social benefits, connecting unbanked and underbanked populations to the digital economy, contributing to small business growth and empowering consumers in new and exciting ways. And this always makes me think about, especially with what Ripple's doing, Javon's paradox, which is going to exponentially increase the flow of money around the world. If Ripple achieves their vision, and XRP is at the core of it, that's conceptually what would occur. And I've talked about this in a recent video, so I won't go through it again here. But I certainly fully expect that. And I didn't want to cover this whole thing because a lot of this did go off kind of into like cybersecurity and this or that. And I didn't really want to focus on that in this video. It's not something I talk about much on this channel because it's not generally not closely related enough to the core of what this content is, which is, this is an XRP centric channel here, so it gets off the rails a little bit. But nonetheless, there seems to be this understanding that the way money moves around the planet, it's changing. It's being rewritten, and I still think that XRP is going to have a notable place in the development as this all continues. Now, speaking of mass adoption, here's the headline from Daily Hodl on the next piece. Coinbase CEO says Bitcoin and cryptocurrency must evolve to reach mass adoption. Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong thinks Bitcoin and crypto must evolve and become easier to use before widespread adoption can take place. In a new interview with Peter McCormick, the host of What Bitcoin Did podcast, Armstrong, who co-founded the leading U.S. crypto exchange, says Bitcoin needs to follow the internet's lead in terms of usability. Now, I'm going to be brief on this because I did mention this in a video yesterday, so some of you might have already heard some of this news, but I think with what we're talking about on this topic, it's worth repeating just a little baby boo piece of this, especially given that they're talking about DeFi in here, which will segue perfectly into the next piece. So here's the quote. We have not taken any unnecessary risk with Bitcoin, and we have ensured that it is going to probably survive the test of time as the gold standard, and we may find other solutions with scalability with Layer 2. I guess the other way to look at it is, what would have happened if we had found a way to safely scale it? Maybe we would not have had a need for some of these other chains that have come up and divided focus. I do think it has harmed the usability of cryptocurrency a little bit, that even when people come to Coinbase and there are so many different coins, they have to think about, well, if I want to use DeFi, I've got to find this other protocol and learn about it. It has increased the learning curve for new people to get into cryptocurrency. And one of my big beliefs is we need to actually make it dramatically easier to use before it will get to 1 billion people. And I really want it to get to 1 billion people. It's kind of like the internet. If you needed to understand IP addresses and DNS to even use the internet, probably not that many people would have. They needed to get it so simple where it is just like, click a link on a web browser. Exactly, and I still do think that we're going to get there. It's just a matter of time. but building out the infrastructure is clearly a challenge here. And so what about DeFi, which he mentioned there? What's he talking about there? Well, that'll get us into this last piece for the video. This is freaking nuts. I mean, this type of stuff has happened in crypto before with these crazy gains, but this is freaking nuts. It's always nuts. Little known crypto assets skyrockets 10,000% as analysts track nascent DeFi market. A little known cryptocurrency is the latest to send shockwaves through the industry after rising over 10,000% just a few days after it launched. The crypto analysis platform Santiment is tracking the performance of YFI, the government's token of decentralized finance, or DeFi for short, protocol Yearn.finance. An analyst at Santiment explains that the token helps investors generate passive income by leveraging platforms that offer the best yields. And by the way, I had not heard of this. Now, there's obviously way too much going on in the world of crypto to know about every development anyway. But I'm also supremely, generally speaking anyway, supremely not interested in small cap coins and new stuff coming onto the market today. I understand that there could be some sort of cryptocurrency that's going to change the world that hasn't been created yet. Fully acknowledge that. I don't know which one it's going to be, and I'm not going to be searching for every new creation of every coin. When it gets there, I'm going to acknowledge it. At least I'm on the cutting edge, quote unquote, as far as being in the world of crypto, so I'll be likely to discover it sooner than most. But I just, generally speaking, not interested in coins. But when something like this happens, yeah, it's going to catch Moon Lambo's attention here. So here's a quote now. In a nutshell, YFI is something that makes you money, good ton of money. It is the only thing right now in the DeFi market that gives you the highest yield. By the way, anytime I hear something like that, it's like alarm bells go off for me. Oh, okay, highest yield? Why is that? What are you doing differently? Where's this magic money coming from? But anyway, I haven't researched this, just to be clear. I'm just telling you about my alarm bells that go off when I hear stuff like that. It could be totally legit, fine. And then here's the rest of the quote. How it does that is by taking whatever you deposit and it actually goes around and searches all the other platforms, whatever protocols are out there, and finds the best yields in the area, and then deposits over there, ensuring that you get the best yields. I feel like they're using the word yields a lot. Anyway, and then they state, think of it as an automated yield aggregator. There we go, the word yield again. Well, its creator, Andre Cronje, whose name I'm sure I'm saying wrong because it's foreign, at least the last name, I don't think I nailed that one. He insists that Wi-Fi has no financial value. The market begs to differ. How about this? Isn't this something? And this is why crypto's freaking nuts. The native token of Yearn.finance traded at $31.65 on July 18th before exploding to an all-time high of $3,458.31 on July 25th, a meteoric rise of 10,828.6% according to CoinGecko. So like I've been saying, humans are not done with this, and I don't care, because look, we're just talking about, when you think about how long XRP's been down in the market as a whole, well, God, market cycles, my friends. You know, I understand what's happened the last 2.5 years in particular. I get that. But humans, like I keep saying, are not done behaving like this as far as it pertains to the investing in the cryptocurrency asset class. There could not be a better way to paint this picture here. So when I think about XRP and what its current market rate is and how long it's been at this level, and the fact that when the whole world came to an end in March, got down to 11 cents or so. All of this here. Look, if there's true utility, this is not financial advice, but I'm just telling you, I think that if there's a true utility with any cryptocurrency, it's going to be here for the long haul. And as far as tremendous returns coming back for XRP, well, you know I'm holding. I'm happy to be transparent about that. I continue to purchase. At these levels, hell yeah, I continue to purchase. And I'm just going to sit tight here. Because I understand how market cycles work, and you could have, over the last decade, how many times could you have said that Bitcoin and XRP and crypto is dead? It's like it's a crazy amount of times if you're going to look at it based on the current low levels at any given moment of time, at the current low price levels. That doesn't mean, it's not an indication necessarily of where the price is going to be in the future, and most people haven't even discovered this asset class, so yeah. I see people behaving like this, 10,000% gains with this little stupid coin that the creator says doesn't even do anything, and then I see XRP where it is today, around 20 cents, and I think, yeah, I'm going to keep holding. That's it for this video, though. I am not a financial advisor. Do not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo!